Okay, so we are in the final video here. I previously recorded this, and then I went to get to the what if analysis, and something completely messed up, and everything crashed, and it just was a mess. So I am here recording this, take two. Okay, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. So the first thing you need to do is make sure if you have both these selected, you need to just double click on one and just deselect them both. This was part of the problem last time. Okay, so we're going to change the view of the worksheet. So we can do this by zooming. If you click on zoom, you can either make it really big, or you can make it super small, or you can just make it normal, like 100%. You can also use the zoom slider to modify that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to save this as another file. Because we worked so hard on Caitlin's ice cream shop financial project, we're going to do another one. So what if underscore and then the rest of it. Okay, because we're going to be doing some things with this. Okay, so I showed you how to do the view. Now we're going to split this into panes. So you did this in Gmetrix. What you can basically do is in a larger worksheet, you can split a larger worksheet into multiple panes. So you could see like the top of the worksheet and the bottom of the worksheet, or the sides of the worksheet, all at the same time. So if we press split, it will split the worksheet into 4 different areas. Okay, so if you don't want all 4 and you just want 2, you can double click on the vertical bar here to move up and down. So for example, if I wanted to just view this top one, something like that, I can scroll. And if we want to get rid of it, you just double click. Double click. No? There you go, double click. Whew. Okay, save. Alright, the other thing you can do is freeze worksheets and columns. That's another useful technique for viewing large worksheets that extend beyond the window. Okay, so for example, if I go to B4, I can go up here to freeze panes, and basically what I can do is I can keep this row frozen. So if I scroll down here, I can still keep that top row frozen. So I can say, okay, total expenses for January, 23,000. It's just easier to see. And same thing if I wanted to keep these frozen. I could scroll over and hide January if I want. Okay, and unfreeze, click on B4, unfreeze. Okay, so we got that done. Now we get into really cool stuff. So one of the really powerful tools of Excel is the automatic recalculation feature. This is where we figure out the what if analysis. So basically what we can do is we can look at this financial projection. We look at the data and we look to see, all right, 136,000. All right, we can make the operating income better. But what can we do to make it to what we want? We want to make this 136,000. So we want to basically mess our numbers up a little bit to where it's 145,000. So let's try this out. So what if I boosted my bonus to 5,000? And you're going to change this as well. So change B20 to 5,000. Okay, but I decrease commission to 22.5. So I decrease my payout, but I increase better bonuses. Okay, cool. It's 141,000. Okay, but you know what? Things are getting older, and I need to start putting more money into my equipment repair. So we're going to change equipment repair to 3.5 to 4. Okay, now we're at 139. All right, so that's 145,000. So I got to figure out what to do. So that's where goal seeking comes in, and this is again a really cool tool because 100 years ago we didn't have this. Even 50 years ago we didn't have this. You had to look at this, and we had to figure out the math and just to make a couple percentages different. Okay, and again, if you look at these formulas, you don't have to calculate anything. You just set up what you wanted to calculate, and the computer did it for you. Okay, you didn't actually have to hand write the math and all that fun stuff. So that's why in businesses this is just an awesome tool. So one of the things we can figure out is, all right, let's force this 245,000. So we're gonna look and see, okay, let's look at our what if assumptions. What is one thing that I could probably decrease my spending on, or maybe ask for a less of a bill? All right, so to get 145,000, this is what I need to do. I need to do something with this site rental. So either I move to a different location, or I try to negotiate for a better rental price. So we're going to do something called goal seeking. So we're going to go up here to the data. Okay, we tried the what if thing, that didn't really work. So we're going to seek a specific goal. So under what if analysis, we got goal seek. So what we're doing is we're going to set this cell, we're going to force it to 145,000. That's where we want it. But let's see what we have to change for site rental. So how do I adjust this percentage to get this 245,000? Press OK, and we'll watch Excel do its magic. Okay, it auto recalculated, and it says that you have to change our site rental to 8.61%. So we need to spend 8.61% of our revenue for the site rental. So again, that could be try to negotiate a better rate or ultimately move. But this is what we want. So goal seeking is very powerful in order to try to figure out what can we do to get what we want. So that's that. And obviously that can be used in a variety of ways. Okay, so in summary, okay, you learned how to use Excel to create a 6-month financial projection workbook. We did rotating text in a cell. We created a series of month names. We entered and formatted the system date. We used absolute mixed cell references. We used the if function. We created and changed sparkline charts. We used the format painter and so on. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and submit. So you should be over here in your digital info tech. Obviously, this will be in, Office 365 Online. But you should see this page. What you're going to want to do, again, is right-click, copy, and then you're going to go into your folder. Okay, mine is something completely different. Mine will be under Teacher. You're going to go into your folder, and you're going to go to Excel, and you're going to right-click paste. Then you're going to submit all 3 attachments. Okay, so this is not the right one. You're going to go to Module 3. You're going to submit Caitlin's Ice Cream Shop Financial Project, Formulas, and What If. All 3 of those need to be submitted in this box. Okay, and obviously these will be links, but I can't go forward in the future. So, and then after you're done, hopefully I'll have your labs posted by then. And again, when you're doing your labs, this is the time where you might have to go back through some of these videos and see exactly how you did those absolute cell references or the if functions, because again, you have to make sure you do those correctly. Otherwise, it will mess up your entire worksheet.